Okay, guys, has anybody ever had the problem where you read something and you forgot what you just read? Yeah. Me too. So we're going to try to work on some tips on how to read all of this stuff and just get the main information out of it. So my first tip is to turn the heading into a question. So, nope, it's not clicking. Oh, there we go, sorry. Who was Mother Teresa? So as we read, we're going to try to decide who was Mother Teresa and what was she known for. So the first thing I highlighted was just that she had changed her name to Teresa when she became a Catholic nun. So you can see that her real name was up here, Agnes. So that was not her real name, but she changed it. The next thing that I highlighted was that after 18 years of teaching, she believed it was her purpose in life to leave the school and help those living in poverty. So yes, she was a high school teacher in India, and she decided to give it all up just to help people in poverty. So I think that's important on her journey. And then the next thing I skipped to was that she opened a home for all kinds of people in need. So here it says home for the dying poor of Calcutta, an orphanage, a home for people infected with leprosy, a home for the aging, a learning center to teach skills to the jobless, medical clinics, and shelters for homeless women and children. So she opened up homes for all these people that were in need. And the next thing was that in 1979, she won the Nobel Peace Prize for her care for the poor. And it also says under there, which is kind of important, she used that money to build more aid centers. So that just shows that, she just wanted to keep doing good throughout her life. And then she died September 5th, 1997. But the stuff I highlighted, I just thought was like the main information about who she was and what she did. So in the center, we just summed it up in just a couple of sentences. Mother Teresa was. So then if you go back and answer your question after you finish reading, you can kind of see if you've understood the material that you just read. So I decided to sum it up that Mother Teresa was a Catholic nun who gave up teaching high school to help those living in poverty. She opened homes to all kinds of people in need. She won the Nobel Peace Prize for her care of the poor. Elliot? Yeah. Yep. So she lived a long life of helping people. So if you guys want to make some notes in the margin somewhere just to kind of sum it up, because when I see all that information at once, I feel like I kind of get lost. So if you get those main points and just that she helped so many people in need. So you can see from the highlighted all the things, but I just said in my paraphrase that she just helped all kinds of people in need. Yep. Let's go ahead and take a few notes, and then we have another slide. Do you guys feel like now maybe we know a little bit more about Mother Teresa? It's a little easier to remember? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep, we're going to learn about that. Nope, Betty Williams. Are you guys ready to hear about the next ladies, or we need a few more moments? Okay. So next, we're going to learn about, how do you say her name? Myreed?
I don't know.
Mary Reed? Mareed Corrigan and Betty Williams. So we're going to start it the same way. We're going to turn that heading into a question. Who were Mareed Corrigan and Betty Williams? So there's a whole bunch of information here. I just kind of wanted to highlight really quick because you guys might not know who the Catholic Irish Republican Army was, but they said they lived during a time when the Catholic Irish Republican Army, or the IRA, they'll refer to it later, were killing and terrorizing British people, wanting them to move out of Ireland. So these women, Williams met Corrigan after a car accident where a member of the IRA swerved out of control and hit a family, killing 3 children and injuring a mother. So sometimes I just highlight like key information to make my own kind of sentence. If there's some dates or like certain words that you don't really need, you don't have to highlight the whole paragraph, but just kind of highlight enough so you can see they met after this accident, and that's how they were introduced. And it turns out that Betty Williams witnessed this accident, and she began a petition calling for the end of the fighting, and Corrigan was the sister of the injured woman, and she was the aunt to the children that were killed. So that's how they have their connection. And it kind of seems like a lot, but there's a lot of new information in there. So these 2 women started the petition, and they wanted to end the fighting. And then Corrigan criticized the violence on TV, so the media got some attention from that. So, it's okay. Again, I just summed it up. You can put it in your own words,